How's it going, everyone? What's going on in your life? My name is Ewonopolis, and I wanted to do a quick little setup tour because I'm moving in about a month, and I've only done one setup tour of this room, and the setup has changed quite a bit since that video, and that was, I think in 2018 or 2017, one of those. So yeah, it was a while ago, and I'd like to at least capture where it's evolved to over the 3 years I've lived at this house. All right, so without further ado, let's take a look. All right, here we are. This is the space. I'm trying to get the same sort of views that I did in the last one now. Since we've been moving, this is a different layout than how I had it or how I would ideally have it, although I have been enjoying this setup that I've got going on here. You see I have a multitude of guitars. My piano is not in here right now because we were moving. We wanted to make the room feel more spacious, so we took the huge piano out, which is currently in our dining room. Yeah, there's nothing on the wall, so there's a lot of echo right now, which is something I'm excited to fix because I'm getting a studio in the next house so I can build some panels. All right, let's take a walk through. So I've got 4 guitars in here, and I have a ukulele in the closet. That's my classical. That is a guitar I found in my dad's room that he's been using for decoration. He teaches guitar. It's not strung and it doesn't have a saddle, so I need to get a saddle for it, but I want to start using that. There's my guitar I've had since like grade 3, maybe? Grade 6? I don't remember. Something time in elementary school. I didn't start playing guitar until like a year and a half ago. There's my altered tuning guitar. I guess that's technically altered right now. It's dropped by a full step because the tension on this guitar is not good because it's a cheap guitar. It's too strong. So there's my altered tuning guitar. Just move right here because it's right next to us. I have a pair of headphones. This was my first like good pair of headphones, Philips SHP 9500s. Really nice headphones, especially for the price that you're paying for them. I've got my games down in here, as well as some movies, some candles, some random shit down there. Oh, right here, I should show you these. These are my instrument mics. I use these to record my piano and any guitars I'm recording. This is SE Electronics SE7s, just a little stereo pair of microphones. Got from Sweetwater, which, by the way, Sweetwater, best customer service you'll ever get. They called me after I ordered them just to be like, you got any questions? It was crazy. Sweetwater is fucking great. There's all my movies, the rest of them. Actually, there's still some more packed away in boxes right now. Just got a box of tea. Some random shit over here. There's a broken tuner. My working tuner is on that guitar right now. So, yeah, over there we've got a few more movies. Another pair of headphones, which I still use these. These are Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros. These are fantastic. I really like these. I did a video wearing them recently. I tend to change up the headphones depending on what game I'm playing. Another pair of headphones down here, just Bose SoundLink 2s, which I got while I was working at Best Buy, so I got them discounted. And I think, yeah, the speakers here are just some JVC speakers. I don't actually know what model these are. My dad uses them for our Halloween setup, so I don't know if you can see that the cover is broken on this one. But these sound really good. At least to my ears. I've never really had a good pair of speakers, so I could be severely mistaken on that. Little Google Home, I got it for free from Google. Little Tyrion Lannister Funko Pop that I found at the mall recently. So, I guess it's time to move over to the desk here. I have my router down there, which I've disabled the Wi-Fi on, and it's just running a wired connection from a hole in my wall over there into my PlayStation and my PC. So I'm just using it as basically an Ethernet splitter. So I've got my speaker amp down here. I want to get my own speakers that are self-powered so I don't have to have this hulking speaker amp here. My PS4 right here, which I use a ton. I didn't expect I would use my PlayStation as much. I use it so much. Little external hard drive. I think it might be 2 terabytes. I don't actually remember. Does it say on here? I can't see. I think it's 2. My PC, which is due for some upgrades. I don't want to buy a new graphics card right now though, because there's a few new launches right around the corner. As far as the specs go, there's a 1050 Ti in there, 6600K. I've got 8 gigs of RAM, so you can see I'm a little behind on that. And right, that glowing thing that you're seeing there is my capture card. That's the AverMedia Live Gamer HD2, which is just always hooked up to my PlayStation. So that's what I use to record any PS4 gameplay. The case, it's a Fantex Eclipse P400, I believe. I'd like to get a new case. This doesn't have the best airflow on earth, so I'd like to do a bit with that. Moving on up here, my microphone. I have an Audio-Technica AT2035, which is on a newer microphone stand. I know, a really nice microphone on a, you know, not a very good mic stand, but it works. It often will just fall forward, which is really annoying, so I want to try to fix that. This is a fantastic microphone. I was using a newer microphone, the NW700, for a long time, and it's fine. That microphone's fine. It's, you know, got a lot of highs, I can tell you that. That's the first thing I noticed when I got the 2035. But you know, it's a shitty mic. It's good for beginners, and I have used it for a long time, but I just felt like it was time to upgrade, so I got a new mic there, and that's hooked up to a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. This is the 3rd gen here. I kind of want to get a new interface though, because if I'm recording guitar and vocals at the same time, or piano and vocals or anything like that, I make music, if anyone doesn't know that, but I need stereo mics on the guitar, and then I'm going to need one mic for the vocals. And usually I record separately, but it's just nice to not have to be switching ports. So I kind of want to get another interface that has more inputs. I have these speakers hooked up to this, which is just controlled with this dial there, and then my headphones are controlled here. The headphones that I have plugged in, and this is what you see in most of my videos, Sennheiser, oh, I've got a little fuzz on it there. There we go. Sennheiser HD58Xs. These kind of changed how I hear sound. I guess the Philips would have done that, because those were the first ones that opened my eyes, but these are unbelievable. I was blown away by the detail and the imaging in these headphones, so they're fantastic. These are a lot, like, I guess louder would be the best way to put it. A lot of bass, a lot of highs. But this is great for like things like Last of Us, or things where I have to hear where stuff's coming from. These are just fun. So here's just a little circle light. I don't even know the brand of this, to be honest with you. I've been using this instead of the big old studio light that I had before. I actually like this a lot more, and it has a little clamp for my iPhone, which is what I've been using as a camera recently. I have the 11 Pro, which was way too much money, and I should not have spent this much money on a phone, but it has a good camera, so I've been using that camera as my main one for a while now. So I just put it in there, and then it's got a little inline there, boom. Now, you might be thinking that's not what you see when I'm recording, and that's because I turn the desk to face that corner when I'm recording, so that I'm not getting any exposure issues by having a window there. So that's about that. This is a Novation Launch Key Mini 3, which is just a little MIDI controller that I use for making music. Came with a license for the lowest version of Ableton, so it's super, super well optimized for Ableton, and it got me really into the program. So this is a fantastic little controller. Jean-Michel Blais uses it. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's an incredible composer. Fantastic piece of hardware here. If you need a MIDI controller, you need a small one, and it's not too expensive, this is 100% what you should go for. The arpeggiator in this thing is unbelievable, and I love these little track pads instead of wheels. I don't know why, but I really, really like that. PS4 controllers there. This is an Acer G257HU, I believe is what it's called. It's a 1440p 60 hertz monitor. I'd like a new monitor soon, mainly because I want dual monitors. It just makes productivity so much easier to have dual monitors. So I'm looking into that, but this monitor served me well for years. I've had it for quite a while now, probably longer than a lot of the equipment here. I think, yeah, I had the monitor before I even built my PC, so a long time ago. Yeah, I really like it. It's great. Like my little sassy wallpaper. If you don't watch Big Les Show, go watch it. It's amazing. Good Lord. So I think that's about everything I need to show you. These are not my bed sheets. We just have these here for showing, so I don't know why I still have them. I need to get these out of the house. All right, so I'm gonna show you some of the software now because we've gone through all the hardware, so let's do it. Okay, so I don't know how well this is gonna work with the window behind me, but I guess we'll find out. I just don't really feel like turning the desk right now. Let's get into the software that I use for video production. So, firstly, for any PlayStation 4 recordings where I'm, recording gameplay from my PlayStation, I'm using OBS, and I've got the Stream Elements plugin, whatever you want to call it. I think that's what it is, right? Yeah, Stream Elements OBS Live, just for whenever I want to live stream. So I've got a streaming and a recording tab here. My settings here, I'm recording. My output is just set to 1080p and everything like that, so I've got 2 different audio tracks. I'm recording in MKV, and then I remux each recording into MP4, because what that allows me to do is have 2 separate audio tracks so that I can work with my mic audio and my gameplay audio separately. And I don't actually use the mic audio that OBS records because it is at a lower quality generally, which is weird. I don't know why that happens. It might just be placebo, but I tend to also record in Audacity, which is what you see here. And then I just line up the mic and everything, and then the gameplay is automatically aligned because of that, which is really useful. So yeah, I'm recording at 1080p at 60 FPS. I'm using the NVENC encoder. I just find it actually more reliable, which is weird, because usually CPU encoding would be considered more reliable, but I've had more bugs with the CPU encoder, so I tend to not do that. I'm set to a constant bit rate of 60 megabits per second, sorry, at the quality and the high preset here. Audio, I've got my Focusrite. Video, it's all set up there. So I actually don't use Photoshop to make my thumbnails, which I think a lot of people religiously swear by using just Photoshop, but I like to use GIMP because it's free and I don't really feel held back by it compared to Photoshop, and I have used Photoshop. GIMP has done me well for years. It's a strange name, but it works very, very well. So let me see, do I have any projects I can show you guys? So this is the most recent video that I put out. This is The Last of Us Part 6. And is this the PNG? No, that's the actual file. So you can see I can hide Ellie and everything. You can see there a bit of editing I've done with brightness on layers and lens flare, and just this is a fantastic piece of software. I highly recommend that if you need to make thumbnails. I don't see a situation where I would prefer Photoshop, honestly, because I really can do everything you can do in Photoshop in GIMP, and I'm also quite fluent with it at this point, so it's something I'm very comfortable with. Okay, and for video editing, I use DaVinci Resolve. This is a great piece of software. I wish I had a more complex project to show you guys, but I tend to delete these video files because they get quite massive if I don't. So this is The Last of Us Part 6 video. You can see there's just some very, very basic edits at the start of the video with like some fades and the subscribe animation that I throw in there that I've sped up, and just a song at the end, some more fades. Very, very simplistic videos, these playthroughs, because I don't have to edit them as much. DaVinci Resolve to me is even better than Premiere Pro, at least in my experience. I've had too many bugs with Premiere Pro, and I don't really get bugs with Resolve. The only issue I do have is some choppy playbacks. I'm gonna show this here.
Give that another go.
Yeah, as you can see, the playback can be a little choppy, and this is a longer video, so it struggles more. And editing can be a bit of a hassle, which is another reason that I want to upgrade my parts soon. So I could do a whole video talking about how to edit videos or how to make thumbnails for videos. I'd love to do something like that, so if that's something you'd be interested in, just let me know. This doesn't really pertain to my YouTube channel, but it is part of my creativity, and I'd say probably one of the biggest parts of my creativity. So I'm going to show you the DAW that I use for making music, which is Ableton Live. So here is the software that I use for making music. This is Ableton Live. This is just a little set that I've been working on where I was using some samples from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I love just making lo-fi music for fun. I haven't really released much. I released one song and you hear it at the end of most of my videos. I just can't, I wanted to show you that project, but I can't find it. So I have some samples here that I got, like a vinyl sound effect, and then all this is done with that MIDI controller I was showing you. So this is all music I'm allowed to play. I need to find those samples again. I accidentally deleted the audio files that I was using. Anyway, oh, I did forget to show you what I use to record my screen on my PC, and all that is NVIDIA, like GeForce Experience. Very simple. I've had a fair bit of bugs with it, to be fair, and I would like to find a more stable alternative at some point, but it works for now. Yeah, it's a decent piece of software and I can't really complain about it. All right, so that's gonna do it. I'm very excited for when we move into the next house and I can, take you guys through the process of me setting up the studio. I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna build some acoustic panels. I'm gonna set it up to make it look all nice, have my guitars on the wall. It's gonna be a lovely setup. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to make that space just beautiful. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you did, like, share, subscribe, get the word around. I can't speak, can I? That's all right. All right, hope to see you all in the next one. Have a fantastic day.